Well, 92 views on my first video. Nothing special, but that's the most I can expect unless I were a celebrity or were revealing my nips. I see some of my friends have commented on this video. I'm sure they have wonderful insight on a socio-political problem that's a worldwide play. What? I don't have an Indian accent. Please. Anyways, today we'll talk about Sha'carri Richardson, marijuana, doping, how outdated the modern sport committees are, and Michael Phelps. Let's start with what has been a hot topic, at least in the US, recently. Sha'carri Richardson, the woman with the fastest timing ever set by an American female, was caught with THC in her system.
Sha'carri Richardson, the U.S. women's 100-meter champion who dominated at the Olympic trials, has tested positive for marijuana following that race, and this morning that has put her Olympic future in doubt.
This has disqualified her from competing in the Olympics in the 100-meter race as a member of Team USA. Only a loophole may save her chances to become an Olympian at all. Yeah, about that. They kicked her out of that too. Happened after I made the script. Crying shame. There are two ways to look at this, and in a situation with such nuance, both are true. The first is the obvious. She broke a rule and should be punished. And it's not just some redneck hicks saying that, no. Sha'carri herself has taken responsibility in the following interviews.
Just honestly, I want to take responsibility for my actions. I know what I did. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm allowed not to do, and I still made that decision. But not making an excuse or looking for any empathy.
The second is the fact that marijuana is legal in many states of the US. This law seems completely obsolete in the age of #legalize. These are not views that are in conflict with each other. They are part of a larger narrative. A narrative about how the world's sports organizations have failed to modernize their laws for the 21st century. Weed, pot, marijuana, cannabis, the devil's lettuce. No matter what you call it, it has been stigmatized by many governments around the world, often as a tool to control the population. Every study ever conducted on it that can be peer-reviewed and has any credibility shows that weed, while still harmful, is much less harmful than common intoxicants we use daily. Are you a smoker? A drinker? Congratulations, your chance of being seriously damaged by that is much higher than a full-fledged stoner's chance to even be minimally hurt by weed. Have I smoked the devil's lettuce? For legal reasons, that's a joke. I have certainly smoked cigarettes and drunk alcohol. I can assure you that those have done me much more bodily harm than weed ever could. Hypothetically, if I smoked it, which I don't, obviously. I'm a good boy. For this stigma, the world has seen weed as unhealthy at best, and the gateway to much harsher stuff at worst. For this reason, many world governments have banned it and harshly punished anyone who possesses or sells it, even without any scientific data that can mark it to be harmful. Well, at least as harmful as tobacco or alcohol. And we both know those are much more harmful. Let us remember first that the boof Sha'carri Richardson smoked was completely legal by the laws of the state of Oregon. Let's not forget that had she smoked a pack a day till contracting lung cancer, or drank all the way to the hospital, she'd still be eligible for the Olympics. And yeah, smoking pot might make her a bit hungry or chill, but it won't be making her any faster. To my knowledge, nobody has become Usain Bolt after having a joint. Unlike every single Russian Olympian in history who did get faster and stronger through the use of doping, and did that right under the nose of the IOC. But that's besides the point. Sha'carri's mom passed away just a few days back. And to make things worse, it was an interviewer who let her know she didn't get to know herself. And yeah, she knew the rules. She still smoked up, which statistically will ruin her a lot less than pills, alcohol, or even cigarettes will. She knows she messed up, and that she shouldn't have done that. She apologized to the fans and her family for breaking the rules. But let us not forget, these are not rules handed to us by nature. These are man-made laws, and they are meant to be changed as time progresses. Or would you rather slavery still be legal, Confederate? The real problem here is the boomers sitting in their suits, living in their mansions, that are still stuck in the 80s mentality. The future is now, old man. Pot is okay now. Every single research confirms that it is a lot less dangerous than popping pills, drinking booze, or smoking tobacco. Yet, the rules that should have changed long ago have not changed to reflect modern values in the 21st century. That's the real issue. Sha'carri getting barred from competing is simply a symptom of the main problem. Let's take a look at the things that are okay at the Olympics. No Germans, dictatorships, Russians doping through loopholes, governments that run literal concentration camps. But weed? Hell no, what the F is wrong with you? That reminds me, didn't Michael Phelps admit to smoking pot before he went to the Olympics? At a time when it was illegal in most states? I know it happened a few months before the beginning of the Olympics, but it still leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Now, if I were a BLM activist, I would have wondered if systemic racism took a part in this ruling of Sha'carri getting barred from competing in the 100-meter race. But I'm not, so I won't. I'll leave it up to the activists. There is no universe where this ruling is fair, and somebody ought to change the laws. Perhaps the governments of the free world can take a look. That perfectly segues into the second point. Lots of Democrat senators are trying to get Sha'carri reinstated. A noble cause, but even Sha'carri knows she messed up. Why are you trying to fix this? The real problem is the use of marijuana being taboo in the Olympics, and that still has not been fixed. This is good old virtue signaling. They could be using their time, effort, and immensely powerful platforms to make sure the rules are changed, so no one else has to go through the injustice Sha'carri did. That would help her and millions like her who want to compete or have a job without being tested for a recreational drug that is demonized for political gain. A ruling of making marijuana one of the legal recreational drugs by the US Olympics Committee will surely help everyone who enjoys to partake in this misguided taboo. The US has always led the world in setting trends, whether for good or not. Such a ruling would surely open the doors to legalization for many governments around the world still stuck in an ancient mindset. And if you can't do that, make tobacco and drinking illegal. Whoops, can't do that. Where is Uncle Sam going to get trillions of dollars in tax revenue from? This is a simple plea from a humble man with less than 20 YouTube subs. Get your shit straight and stop being a hypocrite. Yes, I'm talking to you, Joe. Your son has literal slave trading and cocaine addiction records, you old sleepy f. That's it for the video. You guys know what to do. Every other asshole you watch tells you enough. Sub, like, and share the video with your pals if you think I hit the nail on the head. Or tell me how wrong I am in the comments and laugh at my cringe opinions. And as always, a huge thanks for anyone watching. Until next time, Navid Imtiaz, signing off.